Is your dog constantly sneezing or giving you a look that says, "What's going on?" Maybe they're showing you affection with a gentle paw or barking at nothing in particular. No matter how strange it seems, there's a reason behind every behavior. Today, we're going to break down the real reasons behind some of your dog's quirkiest habits, backed by scientific research. By the end, you'll not only understand why your dog does these things, but you'll have a deeper connections with your furry friend. Don't miss the last one. Number 12. Why dogs tilt their heads. The head tilt is one of those behaviors that's both adorable and mysterious. You've probably seen your dog tilt its head when you talk to them, or when they hear a strange sound. But why do they do it? One reason dogs tilt their heads is to improve their hearing. By adjusting the angle of their ears, they can better detect and locate sounds. Dogs have an extraordinary sense of hearing, and tilting their heads helps them identify exactly where a noise is coming from. For dogs with longer muzzles, tilting their head might also help them see better. By altering the position of their head, they can improve their field of vision, especially when they're focusing on something in particular. This could be why dogs sometimes tilt their heads when they're trying to understand what's going on around them. There's even evidence suggesting that intelligent dogs tend to tilt their heads more frequently, especially when they recognize specific words or phrases. This indicates that they might be trying to understand us better. The head tilt may be a sign that your dog is actively processing information or trying to connect with you. Head tilting isn't just an adorable quirk, it's also a way for dogs to communicate. When your dog tilts their head, they could be showing interest or actively trying to connect with you. It's a sign that they're paying attention to what you're saying or doing. Number 11. Why dogs yawn. We've all seen our dogs yawn, but while we might think of yawning as a sign of tiredness, it can mean different things for dogs. A study from Kyoto University showed that dogs are more likely to yawn in response to their owner's yawn than to a stranger's. This suggests that yawning is a sign of empathy in dogs. Just like humans catch each other's yawns, dogs seem to catch their owner's yawns as well. Dogs may also yawn when they're feeling stressed or anxious. For example, if they're at the vet or in a noisy environment, yawning helps them manage their feelings and calm down. Yawning serves as a self-soothing behavior for dogs. It helps them relax and reduce stress, both for themselves and for others around them. Dogs sometimes yawn when they're trying to de-escalate a tense situation or calm down after excitement. Yawning is also a way for dogs to stay alert and focused. Similar to how we stretch our bodies to reset, yawning increases the oxygen flow to the brain, helping dogs maintain their mental clarity. Next time your dog yawns, take a moment to observe the context. Is your dog yawning because they're stressed, empathetic, or just needing a mental reset? Understanding the reason behind their yawn can tell you a lot about their emotional state. Number 10. Why dogs chase moving objects. Dogs chasing moving objects like cars, bicycles, or even just a stick thrown across the yard is a behavior often seen in our pets. While it can be amusing to watch, it also has scientific explanations behind it. One primary reason for this is rooted in the dog's prey drive, which is an instinct passed down from their wild ancestors. In the wild, dogs had to chase and catch prey for survival, and this behavior is deeply ingrained in their genetic makeup. When your dog chases something moving, whether it's a ball, a car, or another animal, they are acting out this natural hunting instinct. The rapid movement catches their attention, triggering their chase response. Additionally, some dogs may chase for the pure joy of the movement itself, especially in the case of play or excitement. In some cases, dogs with high prey drives may need extra training or mental stimulation to help curb this behavior, as it can lead to dangerous situations if they chase cars or other moving vehicles. Number 9. Why dogs sneeze so much. Let's kick things off with something we all know well. Dog sneezing. It's a common behavior, but there are a lot of misconceptions surrounding it. Many people assume that dogs sneeze due to allergies or dust, but there's actually more to it. Dogs, just like humans, sneeze to clear out irritants from their noses. Whether it's dust, pollen, or even strong smells like perfume or air fresheners, dogs may sneeze to remove these particles from their nasal passages and keep their breathing clear. But sneezing can also indicate something entirely different. Excitement. Yes, dogs often sneeze when they're having fun. This is most common during playtime. So, if your dog sneezes while playing fetch or chasing a ball, it's a good sign that they're enjoying themselves. Think of it like how humans laugh when they're having fun. Dogs may also sneeze when exploring new environments. For example, if a tiny blade of grass or a small insect gets lodged in their nose, they may sneeze to clear it out. This is a natural response to the things they encounter while exploring. While sneezing is usually harmless, excessive sneezing, especially when accompanied by discharge, thick mucus or blood, can be a sign of an underlying health issue. If this happens, it's important to get your dog checked out by a vet. Did you know that dogs sometimes use sneezing as a way to communicate joy? Much like how humans laugh when they're happy, dogs sneeze as a way to express their happiness. Number 8. Why dogs destroy things when you're not home. Destructive behavior in dogs, such as chewing on furniture or tearing up belongings, can be frustrating. But it's important to understand why dogs do this. One of the most common reasons for destructive behavior is separation anxiety. Dogs that become overly stressed when left alone may destroy things as a way to cope with their anxiety. When dogs are bored or lack mental stimulation, they may turn to destructive behavior to pass the time. Chewing on furniture or personal belongings can provide them with an outlet for their energy. Changes in routine, such as a new schedule or environment, can stress dogs out, leading to destructive behavior as they try to adjust to the changes. Dogs need clear boundaries to feel secure. Without structure, they may act out by destroying things. To reduce destructive behaviors, increase your dog's exercise, provide mental stimulation, and create a more structured environment with clear boundaries. Number 7. Why dogs shake even when they're dry. Finally, let's talk about another curious behavior: shaking. You may have noticed your dog shaking even when they're completely dry. Why do they do that? Just like humans stretch when they wake up, dogs often shake their bodies to stretch their muscles and prepare for the day. Dogs might shake when they're excited about something, like a walk or meal. It's their way of expressing enthusiasm and anticipation. Shaking can also be a sign of anxiety or stress. Dogs may shake after a visit to the vet or when they're in an unfamiliar environment. Shaking helps dogs clean themselves or reset their bodies after a good romp outdoors or grooming. If shaking is accompanied by other symptoms, such as lethargy or disorientation, it could signal a health issue, such as an ear infection. In that case, it's important to visit a vet. Number 6. Why do dogs dig? Digging is a behavior that can puzzle many dog owners. While it's often seen as a destructive habit, dogs dig for several reasons. For some dogs, digging is instinctual. It's a behavior they inherited from their wild ancestors who dug to create a cool or safe place to rest. In addition to that, dogs may dig to hide food or toys, creating their own little secret stash. Digging can also be a sign of anxiety or boredom. If your dog is left alone for long periods or doesn't get enough physical or mental stimulation, they may dig to pass the time or relieve stress. Lastly, some dogs dig simply because they're trying to get your attention. If they see that digging gets a reaction from you, whether it's positive or negative, they may continue the behavior as a way to engage with you. Number 5. Why dogs bark at nothing. Sometimes dogs bark at seemingly nothing, and this can leave owners scratching their heads. This behavior can be attributed to a few different reasons. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to sounds and smells that we can't detect, so they may be responding to something happening outside, like the sound of a squirrel moving around or a distant car. Another reason for barking at nothing could be linked to anxiety or fear. Dogs might bark to alert their owners to potential threats, even if we can't perceive any danger. This behavior could also stem from excitement, or simply because they want to communicate with their owners when they're bored or anxious. Number 4. Why dogs chase their tails. Chasing their tail is a behavior that's often cute, but it also raises some questions. While tail chasing can simply be a playful act, especially in puppies, it can sometimes indicate boredom or stress. Some dogs chase their tails when they're not getting enough physical or mental stimulation. It's important to remember that if this behavior becomes obsessive or happens frequently, It may signal an underlying issue, such as anxiety, or even a medical condition. If your dog is chasing its tail more than usual, it's worth checking if they're getting enough exercise or mental challenges. And, as always, if you're concerned, it's a good idea to consult a vet. Number 3. Why dogs sniff each other's behind. As strange as it may seem to us, dogs sniffing each other's behind is a normal and important part of their social behavior. Dogs have a highly developed sense of smell, and they use it to gather a wealth of information about other dogs. The anal glands in a dog's rear end secrete unique pheromones that carry important social cues, such as the dog's identity, health, age, and even their emotional state. When dogs meet each other, this behavior helps them establish social hierarchies and learn about each other's physical condition. It's like a handshake or a greeting in human social interactions, though much more intense in terms of the information exchanged. While it may be unpleasant for us to witness, it's perfectly natural for dogs and an essential part of their communication with each other. Number 2. Why dogs spin before lying down. If you've ever watched your dog spin around in circles before settling down to sleep, you may have wondered why they do this. This spinning behavior is thought to be a vestige of wild ancestors. In the wild, dogs and their relatives, like wolves, would often spin around to flatten tall grass or to create a comfortable, safe area before lying down. This behavior was an instinctual action to create a comfortable spot for rest and to avoid lying directly on the cold or uneven ground. Scientific studies suggest that this behavior is also linked to the dog's desire to establish a secure space before sleeping. It's a natural part of their ritual for comfort and safety, as it allows them to check their environment and prepare their resting place. Interestingly, while this behavior is more common in outdoor dogs, domestic dogs still carry this instinct, even if they are resting in a cozy bed or blanket inside. Understanding this behavior as an ancestral trait can provide insight into your dog's need for a sense of security and comfort, even in familiar indoor settings. Number 1. Why dogs put their paw on you. It's one of the sweetest gestures from a dog. They place their paw on you, whether it's on your lap or hand. But what does this act really mean? Sometimes, a dog will place its paw on you because they want something, whether it's a belly rub, a treat, or even just your attention. It's their way of saying, "Hey, I'd love some affection right now." In times of stress, such as during thunderstorms or when they're feeling scared, dogs may place their paw on you to seek comfort and reassurance. It's a way of reaching out to their trusted human for emotional support. Placing their paw on you is also a gesture of trust. It shows that they feel safe and secure with you. Dogs see us as their pack members, and this paw placement is a way for them to connect emotionally. Next time your dog places their paw on you, take a moment to respond. Offer affection or reassurance, and you'll strengthen that emotional bond between you and your dog.